What's up, guys? D-Dub's Garage back again. This one we're on a bit of a side quest. So while I'm waiting for one last part on the midget, it's ignition related. Unfortunately, I fried a module. It's starting to seem like I'm good at doing that. So I'm just waiting for that online. It'll be the last part for this distributor. But we got everything else laying in there waiting. So it's really just a waiting game for that to come from the UK. I had to make sure I was getting the right repair kit so I didn't have to order an entire distributor. So that's what's going on with that. But our side quest. This is a 1980 Honda Twinstar CMT 200. Basically, customer, I guess you could call her a friend of mine. This thing is like her love, and I totally get it because it is so cool. It's got so much character. It wasn't very fast, but whenever you rode it, you just kind of felt like, you know, like you were in the 80s. So, really, the main problem was this thing was burning oil like crazy. Didn't want to start. That was a bad battery. And then also, it just had no power, which kind of went with the whole burning oil issue. So, I assumed, and it was okay to assume, that the engine was shot and the rings weren't doing their job. And here we go, guys. I don't know how easy it's going to be to see that. There we go. But the rings actually rusted to the bore. And basically just weren't doing their job anymore. It's still, I got it to run, which was insane, because both the intake ports had vacuum leaks on them too, so it's a miracle it even ran. But it was just, I'll show you a picture right now, burning oil like crazy, coming right out of the exhaust. So I tore the engine apart, got a new one. I'm gonna go like that. And unfortunately, these guys, they actually were helpful, so I can't really condemn them, and they sort of said that this was the case. But basically the kickstart was broken inside. You can see it's sheared. It's gone. I was going to put this thing together just to like save time for us. And basically I just noticed that, and it was just like, oh my gosh, are you serious? Because I had most of the stuff together. So now, new plan, because we definitely want to keep that kickstart. I think that's just beyond cool. Obviously it's in there. This is the original engine. Bottom end's done. I didn't have to mess with that at all because it ran great, no rod knock, made oil pressure. So really, all we're doing now is rebuilding the top end. I'm using the top end from the new engine. I'm gonna bore it out. And by bore it out, I mean just hone it with like a dingle ball hone. And then from there, we are gonna use the bottom end, put that on there, put the head on there. I'm putting new valve seals in it. And that's what we're gonna show you right now. And basically just a nice top end rebuild. I got some rings on the way for it, but I love this thing. I love doing this kind of work. Old bikes are just, they're my jam. So I'm gonna bring you guys along for the ride. I figured it would be cool to see some top end work going on, and really just come along for it. So without further ado, here we go. Let's get wrenching on the Twinstar. So guys, that is it for the little bit of headwork I was doing there. Really just waiting on parts now. Everything is cleaned, all the surfaces. A lot of those gaskets were really burnt on there and a huge pain in the butt to get off. But we got them. Everything is just in bags under the bike, so that's what I know I'll be using, because we got a lot of other parts from the crappy points on each engine. So just kind of leaving that stuff over there, and the good stuff we're going to leave under the bike. Pretty self-explanatory, right? So I'm going to knock one more thing out before I let you guys go, and that is going to be the exhaust. This right side or left side pipe already welded up on the bottom. It's super thin stuff. It is a stock Honda muffler. So basically right here, I think there are two different sections. This section is super thin. You can see we got a tiny little hole there, and you can almost see just how thin it is from that shot. So really just gonna try to weld that up and not punch through it too many times. And then you won't even really see it, but we're just gonna grind it down a little bit just to make it look somewhat nice. So that's what we're gonna knock out right here. And then basically, we're just waiting on the Twinstar. So that's a lot of good progress. Let's do it.